$15 million. That's the price of one bullet. 27 SWAT officers, 2 armoured trucks, and 1 unarmed father. He said, "Don't hurt my boy." They answered with a sniper round. "I'm Jack, and case 308 is officially open." Families don't collapse all at once. Most of the time, they function. Argue, forgive, repeat. Leonard Thomas was part of a family like that. Not broken, not peaceful, just human. He was a 30-year-old father who lived for his son, Elijah. But on May 23rd, 2013, grief over a lost friend sparked a heated argument with his mother. She called 911, not for a tactical team, but for help. The system responded with a small army. By 10 p.m, the Lakewood Police Department's Metro SWAT had surrounded his home. 27 officers, 2 Lenco Bearcat armoured vehicles, a full perimeter. Leonard was inside, unarmed, with his 4-year-old child. He didn't want to fight, he wanted to be left alone. For 4 hours negotiators worked, and they succeeded. Leonard agreed to let the boy go. He was compliant, calm, and ready to walk out. But in the shadows, the commanders were getting impatient. It was 10:40 p.m. The perimeter was frozen. 27 SWAT officers stood in the darkness, their hearts pounding, waiting for a command that should have never come. In the command post, Assistant Commander Pete Zaro and Commander Jeff Wiley were looking at their watches. The negotiations were working, but for these men, working wasn't fast enough. They decided to initiate a dynamic entry, a breach of the rear door. They claimed it was a distraction, a way to pull Leonard's attention away from the front porch. But tactical experts would later testify that blowing the back of a house while a suspect is peacefully surrendering at the front is not a distraction. It's a provocation. The team moved into position. An explosive charge was set. Inside, Leonard's small dog Baxter sensed the movement. He began to bark, a warning from a loyal companion. The response from the elite Lakewood SWAT was immediate and brutal. An officer fired 5 rounds into the small animal, silencing him forever in front of Leonard's 4-year-old son. At 10:43 p.m, the world exploded. The rear door was vaporized by C4. The shockwave rattled the windows and sent Leonard into a state of pure, primal panic. On the porch, he didn't see a rescue. He saw a massacre beginning. He did what any father would do. He reached down to grab his son Elijah, trying to pull the boy into his chest, to shield him from the fire and the noise. But 90 feet away, Brian Markert was watching through the glass of his .308 scope. He didn't see a father. He saw a target. Time slowed to a crawl. Markert claimed later that Leonard was strangling the boy, that the child's face was turning red. But the federal jury would later see a different reality. Leonard wasn't killing his son. He was saving him from the chaos the police had just created. The hammer dropped. The .308 round travelled 90 feet in a fraction of a second, tearing through the night and into Leonard's chest. The force threw him backward. He hit the porch floor, but even as his lungs collapsed and his heart began to fail, his instincts remained. He clutched Elijah to his chest, falling in a way that placed his own body between his son and the approaching tactical teams. Through the police microphones, the the world heard a whisper. A man's last breath used to save a life. "Please," he said, "don't hurt my boy." Leonard Thomas died on that porch, surrounded by the finest tactical gear money could buy. And in the minutes that followed, the horror didn't stop. As the smoke cleared, reports emerged of officers congratulating each other. One commander reportedly leaned in and praised Marquardt for a damn fine shot, calling it $1 million shot. They truly believed they had won. They didn't realize they had just triggered a legal war that would last over a decade. For years, the Lakewood Police Department stood by their men. They called the killing lawful and necessary. But the Thomas family refused to let the file be closed. In 2017, the case reached a federal courtroom. 8 citizens looked at the evidence the department tried to hide. They saw the unnecessary explosion. They saw the shot that didn't need to be fired. The jury's response was a tidal wave. $15.1 million in damages. But the numbers weren't the most shocking part. The jury specifically found that Commanders Wiley and Zaro acted with malice. They intended to cause harm or showed a reckless disregard for human life. It was a total condemnation of the Lakewood SWAT's culture. And yet, for years, no one went to jail. The city eventually settled for $12.5 million, but the officers kept their badges. But look at your calendar. It is July 2025, and the Jack files are never truly closed. A retired judge, acting as a neutral reviewer, has just issued a new report. He found that the evidence from the civil trial was ignored by criminal prosecutors for far too long. He has formally recommended that the Pierce County prosecutor reopen the case and consider criminal charges against Brian Marquardt and his commanders. Elijah Thomas is now 17. He isn't a 4-year-old boy on a porch anymore. He is a young man waiting for the system that killed his father to finally admit the truth. The investigation is active. The eyes of the nation are back on Lakewood. And this time, $1 million shot might finally come with a prison sentence. $15 million. That was the price tag Lakewood put on a human life. But the files are open again, and this time we're watching for more than just a settlement. I'm Jack. The truth is always in the files. Subscribe and don't let this case disappear. File number 308. Closed.